On Monday, 20th January 2025, Donald Trump returned to the White House for his second presidential term.
The golden age of America begins right now.
An avid climate denier, Trump's return signals even greater risk to the developing world. Let us explore how. The US is currently the world's second largest emitter of greenhouse gases. It's one of the nations that is expected to reduce its emissions substantially and follow through with its climate pledges. Moreover, other nations are looking forward to the US's nationally determined contributions, or NDCs, in this matter. Trump, on the other hand, on his first day, denied these climate pledges and pulled the US out of the Paris Agreement for the next 4 years.
Withdrawing from the unfair one-sided Paris Climate Accord ripoff.
In 2022, the US's gross GHG emissions were 6.3 gigatons of carbon dioxide equivalent. If the US follows their 2035 NDC target, then it can cut down emissions to approximately 2.7 gigatons of carbon dioxide equivalent, a 61 to 66% decrease from 2005 levels. With the Biden administration's policies, the emissions could have reduced by 43 to 48% to approximately 4.1 gigatons of carbon dioxide equivalent in 2035, primarily due to the Inflation Reduction Act. Now, with the Trump administration, as per the Rhodium Group, there would be an increase of roughly 1 gigaton more emissions in 2035. It means that the US will reduce their GHG emissions by only 24 to 40% below 2005 levels to approximately 5.25 gigatons of carbon dioxide equivalent.
Trump has also passed an order to freeze all international climate finance and scrutinize all foreign aid, which will be a blow to developing countries. Trump has not only pulled the plug of climate action and responsibility, but also promised to ramp up the production of crude oil beyond current levels. All this from the largest producer of crude oil. The US is also the top producer and exporter of natural gas and will remain so till 2030. Natural gas is a relatively cleaner fuel, but it is still a byproduct of fossil fuels. It is cleaner than coal and oil, but nowhere close to solar or wind. Trump is also looking to fast-track permits and energy projects, including production, refining, and export of fossil fuels. For instance, he has spoken about lifting the moratorium on LNG exports put in place by Biden, and has signed an executive order to unleash natural gas production in Alaska. Essentially, Trump has declared a national energy emergency on fossil fuels. In his first term, Trump rolled back over 100 domestic US environmental laws. This time around, Joe Biden's landmark climate bill, the Inflation Reduction Act, may be in trouble. The legislation has allocated $370 billion towards clean energy, and Trump will look to claw back unspent funds. Further, Biden's protections against fossil fuel exploration on US federal land have been rolled back already. Trump has also temporarily withdrawn offshore wind leases and may remove curbs on methane emissions. If derailing green laws is not enough, the Trump administration is planning to make green technologies more expensive. Trump has signaled massive tariffs on trade partners, which could extend to the trade in green technologies. This would raise prices for green goods within the US while strengthening China's dominance in the production and trade of green technologies. In conclusion, the second Trump presidency is set to regress on domestic climate action, retreat from the international climate arena, and reduce the availability of multilateral climate funds. Other countries, in the meantime, must forge ahead with ambitious climate targets and renewed cooperation.
Mobilized is abysmally poor. It's a paltry sum.
And we say that the developed countries are taking the lead.